come and get it.
Hi guys, Polish Vapes UK back again. Today we're going to be looking at the Spider mechanical mod by Hoema. I'm not sure how you pronounce that, guys. We will look at the box in a sec. So we're going to dive down close and have a look at this sweet mechanical mod. I picked this up for review just because I loved the look of it, and when I got it, found some really nice features that I absolutely love about this device. It has got a self-adjusting pin, so whatever RDA you screw down, you get rid of your battery rattle. And we'll talk about the firing switches as well. There's some different ways it gets shorter, which is quite nice, and this firing switch is very nice. Don't have to push down too hard. Really good. So let's have another toot, guys. We'll dive down close and have a look at the Spider. So here we are, guys, down with the Spider mechanical mod. Focus our minds on every single detail. Really like this mechanical mod. Been using it quite a bit. So let's have a look. You've got yourself a little manual. Shows you tells you there can only be used with an 18650. It tells you the operation of the tube, and then just some of the details on the back. You have got a little scan code there, which I've not actually done and seen what that does, so that might be quite interesting. You have got an inspection card, which I believe it has been checked. I haven't had no issues with this whatsoever. Quite tight in there, keeps it nice and safe when it's being posted. Let's put the box to one side and have a look at this. One good I guess it could be a good thing. I don't think you really need it on a mechanical, but you have got an ego thread in there if you wanted to use an ego type tank. But everything, absolutely everything that I own sits flush on this, and I will tell you why in a minute. So let's take a look at the firing switch. This is the firing switch. You've got your piece of rubber there to stop the battery from touching any other metal except from the firing pin that pushes up. All that does, then obviously you can see it's on a spring, and all it does is pushes your battery down, and then when you push your button up, I'm not going to take the switch apart because them clips can be a pain to get on, so I'm not going to mess around with taking the switch apart. Love this look logo on the bottom, and the one good thing with this is, we'll go over in a minute about the firing switch. I've not had an RDA yet that's needed all of that push down to fire, but if you've got a really short firing 510, then you might have to push it all the way down, but I haven't found that yet with any RDAs that I have. we'll look at the tube and then we'll go to the top part. So there's your tube with like a mesh look to it, which I absolutely love. So obviously, as far as I know, there's no venting on the bottom because you've got all your venting here just in case. You can use this any way you want. There's no way to use this if you want to screw the bottom onto there or if you want to screw the bottom on there. It makes no difference what end goes on where. So that is just really nice, and because it is mesh, you do, when you squeeze it, you can feel the mesh moving a little bit, but it is solid. It's just got that little bit of spring where it's obviously weaker because of all the holes, but it is not there. I've never had any issues with it. It is still strong enough. You just get that little bit of spring back from the mesh. So guys, on to the top. You do not need to adjust this. It just stays in there. The black washer or rubber, whatever you want to call it, that is what helps the battery adjustment. So what you do is, you can see, if you can see how far that 510 pin is right down in there, what you do is every time you want to, if you want to switch your RDA, because obviously if you look, let's grab right, there's the fishbone pin and the turbo pin. You can see the turbo is a little bit shorter, so if you decided to put the turbo RDA, because I had the fishbone on here, if you want to put the turbo RDA on, all you do is turn it upside down, put both your thumbs in there, and you just push it, and it pushes that black bit of washer back up, and it also pushes the pin further up. That is what your battery adjustment is. So all it does is, when you screw down, it pushes down the rubber onto the battery. So let's chuck the bottom on and I'll show you what I mean. So we'll chuck a 18650 E-Fest in there. I'll make sure that's pushed in. So if you change your RDA, you will have to push that in, push that rubber back up, because if your 510 is shorter or longer than the previous RDA, you just need to push that up so it adjusts to the new RDA or tank or whatever you're going to use on it. It adjusts to that new one. So there it is, all set up. There's a tiny bit of rattle at the moment, but you'll see how this works. Start screwing, and there you go, stopped. That's hand tight, that's stopped. That's not the way that it's going to be. You can see that gap, guys, and then all you do is you just carry on. I'm going to try and you carry on screwing, keep screwing. There you go. I've hit flush. It is now flush with the top, and it's pushed down the 510 and pushed that metal pin to the battery, but the battery's not going to fire, because if you remember on the bottom you've got that piece of rubber, so your battery's not going to fire until you push the firing switch, which is flush and doesn't fire if you just put it on the table or on a side. It does not fire without you pushing it. And then we do have a look at the little on the throw of the button. Look how short that is. So the shorter your 510 pin is on your RDA, the longer the thrower be on the firing switch, and then obviously the longer it is, even shorter the throw gets on the firing switch. I absolutely love that adjustment, guys. Just that fact that it stops and then you just carry on screwing it until it hits flush and you're ready to rock and roll. All you have to remember is to push that rubber back up if you change your RDA. It doesn't make a difference if I need a bit of tissue because this one gets a bit wet. Doesn't make a difference if you take the same RDA off, because that pin will stay in place until you take the top cap off and push it up. So if you take the same one off and put the same one back on, you're ready to go again. Absolutely love this. The Spider mechanical mod, picked this up from Fast Tech. Wasn't a lot, £6 maybe £8. Absolutely love it. So other than that, guys, I know it's a bit of a long close-up, but I did want to touch on all them special little features that I've really been enjoying. So let's go back up top, we'll have a toot on it and then a quick chat. So guys, back up top, like I say, this has got some really nice features to it. Cons, the only con I could say is when you're having to adjust that washer and push your 510 pin back up. If you've got quite big thumbs, it is a bit hard to get both your thumbs in there. It's not quite loose enough to be able to do it with one thumb. You really do need to hold the top and push it, and it does hurt your thumbs a little bit, but you're not going to be doing that like every 10 minutes, probably once. I don't know, I absolutely love the fishbone on this, so once every week or maybe every 2 weeks if you want to change your RDA and use something different on it. But if you find your RDA that you love to run on this device, you'll hardly ever have to push that up because it'll be set up ready every time. Yeah, been enjoying this Spider, guys. Definitely need some more juice on there. I've been running the Goblin Mini on this as well, and it works absolutely fine, which will be coming up for review soon. So you can pretty much use RDAs and RTAs on it. You can use, as far as I'm aware, you'd be able to use a sub tank. It's obviously not hybrid, and that pin does adjust and make full connection. And like I say, it won't fire unless you push it. It won't fire if you just put it down. Let's have another toot. Absolutely been loving it, guys. I may actually give one of these away on mine and Mr. Juicy Jones's live show, because I have really been enjoying this device, and I think Mech mod user out there may actually really enjoy this. It's simple to use, and obviously if you ever needed to go over anything again, you can watch this review, and I'm hoping I've covered everything that I needed to cover, and gave you all enough information for you to go and grab one of these, guys. If you love the look of this, I would go and get one. I've been absolutely loving this. I don't really use Mech mods anymore, but I've really been enjoying this one. So yeah, guys, please remember, please like, share and subscribe. And that is Polish Vapes UK out. And remember, guys, stay safe and keep on vaping.